Let's continue reading. Dorothy meets the Scarecrow. "You didn't just speak, did you?" asked the girl in wonder. "Certainly," answered the Scarecrow. "How do you do?" "I'm pretty well, thank you," replied Dorothy politely. "How do you do?" "I'm bored," said the Scarecrow. "It is very dull being stuck up here night and day to scare away crows." "Can't you get down?" asked Dorothy. "No, this pole is stuck up my back. Please help me get down." Dorothy reached up both arms and lifted the Scarecrow off the pole. He was quite light because he was only stuffed with straw. She set him down on the ground. "Thank you very much," said the Scarecrow. "I feel much better." So what happens here? So Dorothy was very surprised to know that the Scarecrow could speak. So she asked him, "How do you do?" To that, the Scarecrow replied, saying that he was bored standing in the field day and night and not being able to move. So Dorothy asked him, "Can't you get down from the pole?" He said, "No." So he asked her to help him down the pole. So Dorothy, what she does is she reaches out and she pulls him down on the ground. And he was very thankful to Dorothy. Let's start reading. Dorothy was so surprised to hear a straw man speak. The Scarecrow stretched and yawned. "Who are you?" asked the Scarecrow. "And where are you going?" "My name is Dorothy," said the girl. "I am going to the Emerald City. I am going to ask the Great Oz to send me back home to Kansas." So what happened is, the Scarecrow asks her, "Who are you? And where are you going?" So what she says is, "I'm Dorothy and I'm going to meet the Oz who lives in Emerald City. And I'm going to ask him to help me go back home to Kansas." Let's continue reading. "Where is the Emerald City?" said the Scarecrow. "And who is Oz?" "Why, don't you know?" she replied in surprise. "No, indeed. I don't know anything. You see, I am stuffed with straw, so I have no brains at all," he answered sadly. So what happens is, so when the Scarecrow asks Dorothy about where she is going and who is Oz and where is Emerald City, she was surprised. She's like, "You don't know this also?" Then he says, "Well, how can I know? I'm only stuffed with straw and I do not have a brain." "Oh," said Dorothy, "I'm sorry for you." "Do you think," he said, "if I go to Emerald City with you, that Oz would give me some brains?" "I don't know," she replied. "Come to the Emerald City with me and Toto. You can ask the Great Oz for a brain." "What if he doesn't give me one?" "You should try anyway," said Dorothy. "You have nothing to lose." "That is true," said the Scarecrow. "You see, I don't mind my legs and arms and body being stuffed, because I cannot get hurt. If anyone treads on my toe or sticks a pin into me, it doesn't matter because I can't feel it." Dorothy listened carefully and nodded. She was amazed to see the Scarecrow talking and walking. So here what happens is, so first Dorothy feels sorry that because he doesn't have a brain. And then the Scarecrow asks her, "Can I come along with you to Emerald City and ask the Oz for a brain?" Dorothy says, "Sure, you can come along. There is no harm. You have nothing to lose." So they start going together to Emerald City. The Scarecrow said that, "I don't mind being stuffed with straw because in my legs, hands and body, if I get hurt or anything pokes me, I cannot feel a thing." But he was very certain that he wanted a brain. "But I don't want people to call me a fool. And if my head stays stuffed with straw instead of with brains, as yours is, how am I ever to know anything?" "I understand how you feel," said the little girl, who was truly sorry for him. "If you will come with me, I'll ask Oz to do all he can for you." "Thank you," he answered gratefully. Dorothy, Toto, and the Scarecrow walked to the fence. They climbed over it and started walking along the yellow brick road towards the Emerald City. Toto sniffed around the straw man. He growled as if he suspected there might be a nest of rats in the straw. He was behaving in an unfriendly way because he did not know the Scarecrow. "Don't mind Toto," said Dorothy to her new friend. "He never bites." "Oh, I'm not afraid," replied the Scarecrow. "He can't hurt the straw." "Toto, be nice," said Dorothy to her dog and bent down to pat him. Then she picked up her basket and they began walking again. So like I said, the Scarecrow was happy that he was only stuffed with straw in his body, hands, legs, but he was not happy that he was stuffed with straw and he did not have a brain in his head. He didn't want people to think he was foolish, so he wanted to go along with Dorothy to meet Oz and ask for a brain. So Dorothy felt sorry for him and decided to help him, so she asked him to come along with him to Emerald City to meet Oz. "Do let me carry the basket for you. I shall not mind it, for I can't get tired," said the Scarecrow. "I'll tell you a secret," he continued, as he walked along. "There is only one thing in the world I'm afraid of." "What is that?" asked Dorothy. "Is it the farmer who made you?" "No," answered the Scarecrow. "It's a lighted match." Well, what do you understand from this? Dorothy, Toto, and the Scarecrow, they started walking. So on the way, when they were walking, he said, "I'm not scared of anything, but in the whole world, I'm only scared of one thing." So what happens is, Dorothy is very curious to know what is he so scared of. So she thought maybe it is the farmer who made him. But the Scarecrow said no, it is actually a matchstick, a lighted matchstick. It's very obvious. You know why he's scared of a matchstick? It's because he's made of dry hay, and if a lighted matchstick comes anywhere close to him, he will catch fire. So well, students, this is the story of Dorothy and the Scarecrow. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening.